What's good, J Money crew? You already know who it is. It's your boy, the Ballin' J Money, and I'm back again with another pool video. Today's video, I'm going to show you guys a complete setup of a break and run that I have done recently at my personal pool table. A few days after I set up everything on my man cave, as a fact that everything else is lined up a lot differently, and the table is a little bit more useful when it comes to playing pool. So I'm very glad that I made this setup, and I will have a video on my new setup and explain a little bit more about it. But y'all gonna see me do the initials drill, which is one of my personal drills that I've been doing for quite some time. And if you guys want to learn more about this drill, just check out my playlist in the description, and I'm sure you'll find at least 3 or 4 videos about this. So as you can see that I'm mostly focusing on cue control with this drill, because with the initials drill, you're basically setting up 2 letters and you're splitting the balls up together to where the 8 ball is in the center, and then the stripes would be on one side of the table and the solids would be on the other side of the table. Now keep in mind that when you are creating your initials, it could be your initials, it could be your mom's initials, your dad's initials, your best friend's, it could be any initials you want. Just make sure that you use one letter for stripes and the other letter for solids. And the rules of the game is you will have ball in hand until the 8 ball gets moved. And if the 8 ball does get moved, then you're basically playing position to where the cue ball is in the center after every scratch or foul. But the good thing about this drill is you could treat this drill as a little bit of 14-1, or what they say, straight pull. And you can also treat it like 8 ball, because you're going to save the 8 ball for last. And that's the priority of this drill, is to have proper cue control where you can just clear out the table and save the 8 ball for last. So as I could tell right here, I could tell that I was having some issues trying to get some shots on the solids, because I've had so many cue positions for stripes. But luckily for me, I did have good positioning for the 1 to go into the side pocket. So that was very nice, and I managed to get a good lead for the next solids, which I was a little bit concerned about this one because it was a long shot. But at the end of the day, as long as I have a good angle to where I can still cut the object ball into the pocket I want it, and then the cue ball is not scratched, then I should be okay. So you can see I'm using a mechanical bridge in this case, because I know that I'm not going for no solids, because I began to realize that if I cut a solid, then I'll miss it completely. So you can't see it, unfortunately, because of the camera angle, but I'm going to use a mechanical bridge and cut another stripes into the top right corner, which I did make. And then I managed to get the cue ball down to where I can now work on the solids. So at this point, I could tell right away, as soon as I put the mechanical bridge back in the stand, that I had an easy shot right here. So this was clearly an easy straight shot. And then with good cue control, I managed to go for the 7 ball into the other corner. And as you can see in the background, I have Willie Mosconi's how-to video. So as I'm working on cue control and cue positioning, I'm also watching Willie Mosconi do back-to-back break and runs and straight pull, which of course Willie Mosconi is the greatest of all time in my opinion, along with Minnesota Fats and many more from those days. So I love watching those guys. And I can see that I bumped into the camera on this shot, so I could tell that as soon as I saw this footage that the bottom right corner is not visible anymore. So I do appreciate everybody watching the video up until this point, and I'm very glad that I have the opportunity to do this, because the more and more I play pool, the more I like to record myself and see my journey of being a league player, which, by the way, I am scheduled to be in some leagues here pretty soon. So if you want to see me in some pool leagues, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also follow me on all the social medias that you see in the description of this video. Then keep in mind that these leagues are mostly local leagues, and they may involve the APA and maybe a couple local sponsors that are involved with those leagues as well. But for the time being, I'm working on getting registered into the APA, and then I got to get a Fargo rating, so that way I know which leagues I can participate in. And as far as I know, these leagues will involve a little bit of 8 ball and 9 ball for the most part. and I'm definitely looking forward to those. So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and also connect with me on all the social media accounts in the description if you want to see me do that. So now as I'm down to the 8 ball, you see I got good position to end the drill. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace, I'm out.